In our WordiVerse today, we are looking at advance of ourselves and renewal. Active learning is a fundamental part of the discovery of knowledge and of self-renewal. If, say, for example, every morning before sunrise, you are part of a new day, a complete renewal, because we also said that tomorrow isn't going to be the same as today. A renewal. Why wouldn't you be part of that new day that will be bringing new things? And why wouldn't you express your gratefulness for being part of this process of renewal? Active learning. When we read the work of someone else, we are learning. And this learning and its discovery can be self-directed. It can come under your own control. Perception or cognition, we've previously described as an auto-forming, a flawless formation of our ideas, views, and perspectives. This is the laziest thing under the sun, on the whole planet, I would say, is that no effort is required, no energy is expended in our auto-form assessments and interpretations, in our judgments. But active learning requires the building of a habit, a self under your direction, under your controls. It requires for you to put yourself or to create this habit in your life of learning, self-directed learning. It could be any subject, preferably one that's really difficult and that you have to exert your energies. You have to actually suspend your judgment. I don't know. This is an aspect of the psychology of discovery. But there is something else. This something else I call it active internal communication. Previously we said that living knowledge undergirds is the pillar, the inner pillar that governs the whole world of our perception. It's also the governor of the psychological unity and complexity of every human being. Some men hold that imagination is supreme. In other words, that we must use our imagination, shall we say, in the heuristic. The heuristic is a nice word that holds in it some form of a discovery. We have wild imaginations. Rather, there is an active building of communication in your silent learning, in your own silence, in this habit of renewal that you establish yourself in every morning, and you extend that throughout the day. It is an orientation that you have toward yourself and others, and this has to be learned. It can be controlled. And the first step to put yourself in control is to be part of the renewal of every day. But what is renewed? Isn't this our understanding? Understanding is the apex of that psychological aspect that can change, is our understanding. And this has been known through the depths of time. Even in mythological times, understanding has been recognized as that which is capable of renewal and conversion. If then one of the inner supporting pillars, supporting the unity of our whole complexity as a unity, if this living knowledge supports our whole external perception, wouldn't we investigate through being present? An advance in our knowledge, we may say, is an advance in the totality of our understanding. Now, if we may pause here for a minute, principled advancing of our knowledge in itself possesses interconnections with our understanding. Principles are the governors of that which unfolds in the future through discovery, through the discovery of what it governs, what it purports to govern. But it is interconnected with human understanding. It is interconnected with human awareness. It is interconnected with the human spirit or the soul. And it's interconnected with the free thinker, the freely creative being who is free in himself. Nobody looking over his shoulder, watching what he does every day. But he, in his silent renewal, in his silent time, renews his own mind, his own spirit, his own soul through learning. That advancing of knowledge is a change in understanding. And a change in understanding of yourself is a renewal. Such principled discoveries are of the nature of a change in our understanding from the old to the new. It's an advance of knowledge. But these principles create the future platforms for their investigation, so that conscious platforms are knowledge platforms. They are not genetic platforms, they are knowledge platforms. And as we've indicated, it is impossible to compute the forming projection of human understanding. Modern psychology has not really touched upon this subject. The projection is part of the psychological structure of the whole of our world. This mode of unfoldment over time is forming, still in our lives, new knowledge. We will look at free discovery of new principles in our next video. Until then, stay safe.